In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 20th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks. It's an interconference matchup on the hardwood between a pair of teams on the right side of the playoff cut line in the Lone Star State. The Miami Heat are on the road as they travel to face the Dallas Mavericks Friday night. Miami comes in off a 124-98 road win over New Orleans Wednesday night in their previous game, covering the line as a 3.5-point favorite. Dallas was beaten 130-122 at home by Atlanta in their most recent game on Wednesday night, losing outright as a 2.5-point favorite. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Heat own a 37-34 advantage, but the Mavericks have won 3 of the last 4 meetings, including a 107-99 road win in the most recent matchup on February 15, 2022. Looking at the betting trends, the Heat are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record, 8-18-2 against the spread in their last 28 games following a win, and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Mavericks are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games following an against the spread loss, and 16-33-2 against the spread in the last 51 games overall. Head-to-head, the Heat are 9-4-1 against the spread in the last 14 meetings overall, and the Heat are 15-5-1 against the spread in the last 21 meetings in Dallas. The Mavericks are going to be shorthanded here as Christian Wood has been ruled out, which makes it tougher for a team that's already struggling with injuries. The Mavericks are going to be given the edge because they're at home, but they continue to underachieve, and they're losing their last 5 games by an average of 10 points. The Heat are playing their best ball of the season. They're getting healthier, and they have the bodies defensively to make life hell for Luka. The Heat have their own injuries, but they've dealt with them well all season, and they are clearly the team in better form coming into this matchup. So the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Heat and Mavericks are in the bottom 3 with respect to pace of play entering this inter-conference showdown. Both play at a very slow pace, which is not surprising considering Jimmy Butler and Luka Doncic run the show. Both will be in the lineup. Although Dallas served up 130 points to the Hawks and ranked 25th in defensive rating, they are far better than those numbers indicate. They are getting some of their better defenders back, one of them Dorian Finney-Smith, and should be able to put forth a much better effort. This will be a classic 90s-style basketball game, with increased defensive pressure coming from the Mavericks. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Clippers versus San Antonio Spurs. Los Angeles will try to snap out of its losing stretch when it travels to San Antonio during the second game of a 4-game road trip on Friday night. The Clippers have lost 9 of their last 11 games, losing to Utah in a 126-103 blowout on Wednesday. San Antonio was able to break its 5-game losing streak with a 106-98 upset against Brooklyn on Tuesday. Looking at the betting trends, the Clippers are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 road games, 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games against a team with a losing record, and 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The Spurs are 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 home games, 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games against a team with a losing record, and 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. Head-to-head, the under is 6-0 in the last 6 meetings overall. The Clippers are 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings overall, and the Clippers are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in San Antonio. The Clippers are still shorthanded as John Wall and Luke Kennard are still out, while the Spurs have ruled out Devin Vassell once again. The San Antonio Spurs played an inspired game against the Brooklyn Nets 3 nights ago. Keldon Johnson had a career-high 36 points and 11 rebounds as they snapped a 5-game losing streak. Do not be fooled by the game. Kyrie Irving was announced out shortly before tip, and the Nets had a season-low 14 points in the first quarter. It had more to do with how bad they played, not how well San Antonio performed. They are still in heavy tank mode, coming into this game with a 14-31 record. The Clippers are still road favorites in this spot despite their recent lack of form, but they rested Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in their last game, and they are simply long overdue for a big game. The Spurs came to life with a shock win over the Nets in their last outing, but the Nets were missing Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, so it's hard to get too excited. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will be back for this game, and the Clippers will get back into the win column after a bad loss to the Jazz. Look for them to impose their will in this game against the typically lifeless Spurs. The line may be a little higher than expected, but I'll take it anyway. So the Los Angeles Clippers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. San Antonio ranks 7th in pace heading into this interconference game with the Clippers. They have not been competitive in many games this year, but they do play hard considering they are trotting out a G League lineup. Keldon Johnson is their only reliable scorer, and with Paul George and Kawhi back for this game, the Clippers will put forth a much stronger defensive effort than last game when Utah dropped 126. San Antonio is last in defensive rating, and I expect the Clippers to blow them out and call off the Dogs late. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Denver Nuggets. The Indiana Pacers go to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Nuggets on Friday. When these two teams played earlier this season on November 9th, the Nuggets won 122-119. Looking at the betting trends, the Pacers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games playing on 1 day's rest, and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The Nuggets are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 home games, 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 games following a win, and 10-3 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings overall, and the over is 11-4 in the last 15 meetings in Denver. The losses just keep on piling up for the Indiana Pacers, who continue to remain without their best player Tyrese Halliburton. Their last 3 were by 18, 13, and 20 points, so tonight's 11-point spread doesn't sound all that big from a Nuggets perspective. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The first meeting of the season was decided by only 3 points in Denver's favor. Indiana did have Halliburton though. Without him, they've not only struggled scoring, but their defense is allowing 125-plus points with ease on a nightly basis. It could get worse tonight as the 3-point defense of the Pacers is 29th in the NBA, going up against the most efficient 3-point team which scores on 39.7% of their attempts. These Nuggets have been unstoppable over their last 8 games overall. Plus at home they've won 21 of 24 games and are currently on a 15-game win streak. How long will all those numbers last? Well, their last 3 wins have been by just 4, 9, and 3 points, so they might be slowing down a little bit here. Against the Pacers, they have 11 wins in 12 home games, but at some point all these streaks have to end. In their last 12 games versus Central Division teams, they are only 3-9 against the spread, so could this be an opportunity for the short-handed Pacers to cause them some problems? Jeff Green could return to the lineup after his hand injury, while Jamal Murray is bothered by an ankle issue, but could play tonight. Even if the Pacers are without their best player, they are 11-11 against the spread in road games, so the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The over has hit in 6 of the last 8 games between these two teams. The Pacers have also seen the total go over in 8 of their last 12. Denver has an undeniably elite offense, and Indiana is one of the worst teams at defending against it due to its main tool, the three-pointer. The Nuggets' defense isn't anything to write home about either, ranked in the bottom 10 in opponents' expected field goal percentage, shooting efficiency, and shooting percentage. Additionally, the Pacers play at one of the fastest paces in the league, which will push scoring up even higher. These two combined for 241 points when they played earlier this season, and I don't see why they can't eclipse that in round 2. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.